Hey everyone, welcome to your workout. Today's gonna be a strength day. We've got a lot coming up, but we're gonna get through it one thing at a time, and I'm gonna help you take you the whole way. Now, like we do with every one of our workouts, we're gonna begin by warming up with just a couple of the movements that you're gonna do so that you can kind of practice. You can get a feel for it before we go. So if you'd like to join us, we are beginning with a row. You'll see Maggie and I are both starting by doing a standing row. She's not using anything, although by her feet you'll see a kettlebell and a little rubber band, a bungee there. I'm using the band, but you could just as easily use just about anything else, right? Whatever you're going to use, just make sure you have handy and that you're just practicing and making sure that it feels pretty comfortable. Our second exercise, what we're going to superset, right? We're going to join two exercises together. Second exercise is a push-up. There's lots of variations of a push-up you can do. You see me up on my toes doing push-ups. Now I'm doing a down dog rep. Maggie's on her knees, her push-ups. I'm sliding into a shoulder tap now. At some point I might even do a bear walk or a plank to push up. There's, again, lots of different ways. The goal isn't to do any one specific way. It's to do what feels best for you. All right? Now, go ahead and take yourself a quick break. Here's the point where I'm going to say it's a video. If we get going too fast for you, or if you're not ready, stop, pause the video, do what you need to do. But in about 5 seconds, we're going to get started, and I'll kind of lay out the roadmap for you here. 3, 2, 1, begin. Stopwatch on the screen, we're rolling. Okay, the first thing you're gonna do is a row. So I want you to do whatever you need to do. Bend down to the ground, sit down, do your upright row, do whatever it is. Realize this, you're gonna go for 45 seconds. Then you're gonna have a 15-second break. During this first 45 seconds, your sole intention is to be paying attention to how you move, making sure that it feels good and that you look good. When I say paying attention, I'm saying anything that crosses your mind here. You're aware of your feet on the ground. You're thinking about your knees and your hips. You're paying attention to how your elbows are moving up past your body. Really just being aware, not worried about if it's right or wrong, just moving and thinking. 3, 2, 1, nicely done. Here's your 15-second break. Now we're gonna get into our second move. We talked about this. Here comes that push option. You'll see me doing push-ups. Again, remember, you've got a variety of things to do here. 3, 2, 1, and again, you've got your first 45 seconds where you're just paying attention to the movement here. It can feel challenging, it can feel easy, it can feel somewhere in between, and it's okay if you're any of those. Right now, your intention still is to take your time and just pay attention to where you're at, how you're moving, what you feel like. Are your hands on the ground? Are they wide? Do you feel solid there? When you're moving down, how do your elbows and shoulders feel? Are they creaking? Are they popping? Is it painful? If any of those are there, again, potentially change it up. Be smart. What's going on with your core? Are you straight? Is your back bent? That all can be fine. There's no such thing as perfect form. There's just form that works for you, and there's lots of variations there. So again, just be mindful. Great job on that. 3, 2, 1. Okay, you got your first round done. Did I mention that you're doing 5 total rounds today? I didn't? Now you know, it's all right. You knew what you were in for when you saw 25 minutes on the video. You knew it was gonna be a long one, right? 3, 2, 1, let's start round 2. Now, all joking aside, we still want you to move well. And I don't want you to think, oh my gosh, I've got 5 rounds, 10 minutes here. That's not really what it's about. The goal is to be present with what you're doing right now. You don't have to do 10 minutes. We just want you to do the next 45 seconds. That being said, as you row, our intention now is to dial it up a little bit. You can make it a little harder if you want to. That's almost outside the scope. When we say making it better and dialing it up, the goal is to be a little more proud of your movement. The goal is for you to move a little smoother, a little more confidently. You can play around with your cadence, you can play around with your range of motion, but at the end of the day, we want you moving better. 3, 2, 1, 15-second break. Nice job. Those rows looked great. Hopefully they're feeling good, they're feeling better. Maybe you're adding a little tension to it. We'll talk about that with our push-ups here in just a second. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's see those push-ups, or any push for you. You'll see Maggie's on the ground doing a floor press. Again, some options. Cool. All right, now let's talk about, again, making these better. I like to leave that open-ended because I think you're smart. I think you're intelligent. I think that you can be creative and explore and experiment and find different ways to do these things so that it feels pretty good. If you're at all lost, if you're thinking, gosh, I just don't know what he's talking about when he says make it better, here's my main way to do it. At some point during your rep, I want you to flex what you've got. You can start with your tummy, You can move to those butt muscles, your glutes. You can expand out into the arms and the legs, but I want you to become firm. I want you to become steel for just a moment, and then you relax when you start moving again. 3, 2, 1, take a break. I always think that added tension, we call hard style, I think that's the easiest way to make it better. I think it protects you and it helps you be ready for adding some intensity, which is what we're getting ready to do. So keep that in mind. 3, 2, 1. Here we go with rows, round 3. Now you're going to build on those intentions. So remember, no matter what I say, the first thing that you do is still make sure that you're looking and feeling good. If you can check that box, you add a little tension, you add a little flex. If you can check that box, if you can say, yes, you can do that, then you start thinking about moving at a rate that makes this feel like exercise, like you're getting a workout. I like to have my people rate their intensity. I like to have them rate how hard it is. And usually we just use 3 things. We say it can be easy, it can be medium, or it can be challenging. It can be anywhere on that spectrum. And what you're aiming for now is that medium to challenging range. 3, 2, 1, take a 15-second break. Now, if you can't get to that medium to challenging range, right? If that's fleeting, if that's hard to get to, that's all right. It's still practice. You're going to get there as you continue to experiment. 3, 2, 1, begin. So I'll encourage you to do the same thing. First off, check into that form. Make sure you look and feel good. If you are, add a little oomph. Dial it up a bit. See if you can go a little hard style. That protects you for adding some extra intensity here, right? Keeps you safe. If you feel like you can do those 2 things, if you look good, you feel good. If you're adding some oomph, if you're tight, then move at a rate that makes it feel like exercise. And here's the deal. If it gets too challenging, you get to break. You get to take a little pause, and you get to try it again, especially if we have time left over, right? Even within this 45 seconds. It's okay if you get to fatigue. It's okay if you get to failure. Be smart about it. Keep it reasonable, and you will go far. 4, 3, 2, 1. Take a 15-second break. Now, I know I was getting a little burned by now, right? When I'm doing my rows, my pullover bands, I was getting fatigued. Push-ups, definitely getting fatigued. If you're feeling it, that's normal. And I would even say embrace it a little bit. Be present with it. 3, 2, 1. Let's go again. Rows. Any style you want. Maggie's doing an upright row. I'm still doing those bent over rows. I like to talk about the differences in what you see us doing here. Most of the time, I prefer consistency. That's just me. I like being able to do the same thing because I can see that I'm changing time and again, right? I can see if I'm getting better. Some people thrive with variety though. And if that's you, if you like doing something different every time, that's okay. You keep rocking it. I promise you, you will continue to see changes too. It's probably just a personal preference. Again, it can work multiple ways. As long as you're willing to experiment and explore and do what works for you, I think you'll make it. I think you'll get lean and you'll get strong. 3, 2, 1, take a 15-second break. Round 4. Round 4, your rows are done. We've done a lot of work so far. Give yourself a quick high five and get ready to do more. 3, 2, 1. Let's begin that 4th round of your push-ups. Like I said, if fatigue is building up, awesome. That's a great sign. That's kind of what we're shooting for. We keep your form looking good. We make sure you can stay tight. And then we move at a rate that generates a little fatigue. It gets you tired, it gets that burn. And don't forget to smile. You can smile and burn at the same time, right? We want you to work out. We want you to feel like you gotta work out. And oftentimes getting to just that little bit of burn, that little bit of failure is a great signal to your body that you need to improve, that you need to adapt. I think that's part of where you get stronger. For sure when you rest and as you recover, but you have to signal your body to do that first, and you get there by pushing. 3, 2, 1, nicely done. 4 rounds gone. We've got 1 round to go. Like I said, you've got 10 minutes, and all of a sudden, we're just 2 minutes away. Great job staying present round by round. Let's do our last ones in 3, 2, 1, row. All right, now our intention here is to finish well. And think about that as a big umbrella. Under that umbrella is the first intention that we were looking at, which is still to look good and feel good. So do a quick check-in. Just do a quick body scan. Make sure that you're not feeling pain, aside from that little burn or the big burn. Joints are feeling good, right? Once you've done that, you've checked that off the list. Then think about adding a little squeeze. Make it a little tight. Make sure that you are in charge. You're the one that's working here. And with these last 10 seconds, finish it well. Make sure it feels like exercise. You are going to rock this. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nailed it. 5 rounds of rows. Oh, I bet you're tired. You deserve a big high five. Well done on getting through that part of the workout. You've got one more round of push-ups to go. Take a breath, get your mind right. 3, 2, 1, let's rock this one. Let's finish it well. Any style of push, remember, I like consistency. You'll see me trying to do the same thing the whole time. Maggie likes variety. You'll see her change it up. You keep going. You've got about 30 seconds to go. Big umbrella here, finish well. Are you looking good? Are you feeling good? Can you add a little tension? Can you make it feel like challenging exercise? If you are doing all 3 of those, you are going to be strong, you are getting lean, you are making yourself capable. You are nailing it. You've got 10 seconds to go. Feel good about yourself. Keep rocking it. 4, 3, 2, 1, and done. Awesome. All right. Here, for the next minute, maybe a little over a minute, we are going to take some time to do some active recovery. Now, both Maggie and I, you'll see us stretching our wrist out. That was a lot of push-ups. That was a lot of time on our wrist. It's okay to take a few seconds to kind of wiggle around on those things. Make sure you get a little stretch on those forearms. If you're ready to do something a little different, you're going to see us get into those down dog reps. Now, again, I know you were just doing push-ups. I can get into these and feel good. If it's too much on your wrist and your forearms, it's okay to do something different. You can totally be on your knees instead. You can do a lower body stretch. You can do anything else. We like this because it's kind of that good whole body stretch, and it tends to combat the tightness that we get from sitting, whether you're at a desk or at home. So I always include these pretty much every day, at least once or twice. That's why we're inviting you to do the same. Nice job making it through those first couple supersets. Again, you'll see it's been about 10 minutes, almost 11 minutes of stopwatch time. We're really about halfway through our circuit. What we've got left is another superset. Don't worry, we're going to practice those movements when we're done stretching here. Then we're going to go through those for 5 rounds, just so you know what's coming, right? Another 10-minute cycle. And then we'll wrap things up with another stretch. And that'll be it, right? So now you've got the whole roadmap. You know exactly where we're going. Take a breath. Remember, this is a video. If you need to, you can pause it. You can get a sip of water. And you can take extra time if you want. When you're ready to join us, let's go ahead and begin. Our first move of this second round is going to be a bicep curl. So again, start light. You'll see me, I've got my band. I'm really stepping on one part of it. I don't have a lot of resistance there. Maggie's doing the same thing with her band. If you'd like a little resistance and you don't have a band, remember you can curl a kettlebell, a dumbbell, 2 dumbbells, a backpack filled with books or water bottles. Again, whatever you have, we encourage you to add a little resistance and just to get warm with that movement. Now the second movement, again, what you're going to combine, what you're going to superset with is a tricep press. And again, there's variations on this. If you see what we're doing and you're thinking, I can't do that bent over one, a little pro tip, go ahead and fast forward the video. You'll see us doing variations here. You can always rewind to where we're going to start, and you can find that. But don't be afraid to, again, fast forward, look, experiment, and also feel free to do a little search, right? Use Google. Just search the word tricep press or tricep extension, and you might find something that works for you. Or again, use any of our other videos. You'll see us go through a lot. All right. As far as the setup, same timing. You're going to go bicep curls for 45 seconds. You'll have a 15-second break. Then you'll do the same thing with tricep press. 5 rounds, 10 minutes. We're going to start in 3, 2, 1. Let's do some bicep curls. All right, you've got 45 seconds here. Now the idea is, because it's a new superset, we kind of start over when it comes to our intentions. So instead of jumping right in and thinking, oh my gosh, this has to be a hard exercise, I'm going to make it a little more reasonable and say you don't have to do that. My goal here is for you to just check in with your body. Be reasonable. Think about where your feet are standing. Are you hip width apart? Are you wider? It's okay. You can do one or the other. Do what feels best for you. How about your lower body posture? Knees, hips, are they comfortable? What about your upper body posture? Are you standing straight up? Head tipped down forward a little bit? Is it upright? Again, if it feels comfortable for you, we think you can go ahead and rock it. 3, 2, 1. Take 15 seconds. Just pay attention to how that felt. Now, one thing that I want you to keep an eye on is also how hard that was. If it felt pretty easy, you're gonna start thinking about dialing that up a little bit here, okay? Don't have to make changes yet, but think about it. 3, 2, 1, let's try that tricep press. Again, your intention here is to look good and feel good. Just check in with your body. Your posture might have changed a little bit. Notably, you'll see me, if you take a look at the video, I'm on my knees this time. I do that because that band can get really, really tight if I'm standing all the way up. Kneeling like this shortens the band, makes it a little more doable for me to step, for me to kind of push them all the way up. Because of that, I have to check in and make sure that I'm feeling good here. I know for me, my knees get a little sensitive, so sometimes I might be thinking, I'm going to get a pad or a cushion or something to put underneath, and that's totally viable. That's absolutely something that I want you thinking about, is your comfort level with doing this. 3, 2, 1. Nice job. Okay, hopefully you ironed out the wrinkles. You have an idea of what to do. Again, if you need a bigger change, if you need to go find a weight or do something different, pause that video. We're ready for you when you are. 3, 2, 1, let's begin round 2. And now that you kind of ironed out the wrinkles, now that you know what you're looking for, let's go ahead and start with our second intention. Let's add a little oomph. Now remember, we do that after we make sure that your form looks and feels good. So even though you did it last round, I want you to do it again this round. Just do a quick little body scan, do a quick check-in. If you feel good, if you look good, think about adding a little flex. Think about doing whatever you can do to make yourselves look a little bit better than you did last time. Can you feel a little bit better than you did last time? It doesn't have to feel more challenging, not yet. We have 3 rounds where we're going to be talking about intensity. Here, you're still building up, making sure that you're safe, making sure that you're ready to take it up a notch. 2, 1, 15-second break. Halfway through round 2, you're looking good. Remember to take a breath. Remember to smile. You see me messing around with that band, you can't help but smile. You get to make mistakes, you get to be messy. It'll work. 2, 1, begin. And I should say it works because when you allow yourself to be messy, you always have to follow that up with aiming for better, right? If you were just messy all the time, you'd probably get injured, right? You would never get better. But because you're resilient and because you're smart and because you can think and work towards improving, that's how you get better. That's how you get stronger. It's how you get more capable. So take what you've learned and dial it up a little bit this round. Those tricep presses can absolutely get a little bit better without having to get harder. If they are already harder, if you're thinking, oh my goodness, they burn, that's okay. You got there a round early. There's nothing wrong with that. If anything, there's probably more right with that. 3, 2, 1, nicely done. All right, 2 rounds in. Whew, you're doing well. Good job. Take a breath. Don't think about the 3 rounds that you've got coming. Just think about the next 45 seconds and making it awesome. 2, 1, let's begin. All right, now again, we're gonna try to make it harder. Your goal is to start thinking about this being a hard workout. It's gonna be challenging exercise now, if it hasn't been already. If in those first 2 rounds you were thinking, man, my arms are already tired, awesome, then just maintain. Make sure that despite your arms being tired, despite yourself getting a little fatigued, that your form still looks and feels good, that you can still add some tension so that you're staying safe and strong. You've got about 15 more seconds. Biceps are looking awesome. Keep it going. This is how we get lean. This is how we get nice looking arms. For you, right? They don't have to look good for anybody else. You're doing this for you. You're doing this so you can be strong, so you can be fit. 3, 2, 1. Take a 15-second break. If you're sweaty, wipe it off. Keep in mind, sweat's not the best indicator of whether it's a good workout or not. That's usually just a good indicator of how hot and humid your workout area is. 3, 2, 1. Let's do those triceps. And again, you're gonna dial it up here. Your form looks good, it feels good. If it does, add some tension. If you feel like you're adding that squeeze, if you're strong, if you're solid, then move at a rate that makes it feel like exercise. I always assume that you're rocking those things, but I know the possibilities out there that it might be a tough day. Who knows, maybe you didn't get as much sleep as you wanted, or you're a little stressed because of work or family. If that's the case, that absolutely can have an effect on your ability to do these things. If you're just feeling not so in control, the smart thing is to dial it back, not up. So again, just be smart, do what works for you. 2, 1, take a break. 3 rounds done, you're over the hump. You've got 2 rounds to go. 4 more minutes. You're starting to see the end here. You're almost home. 3, 2, 1, bicep curls. No new intentions here. We always only focus and build up on the 3. Can you look good? Can you feel good? Do a quick check. Can you add that tension? Again, check quickly. Can you make it feel like moderate to challenging exercise? I keep it in moderate to challenging because that's where we make the most changes. So again, if all systems are go, if you had good sleep, you feel healthy, you feel like you've been able to recover well, go ahead and dial it up. Aim for challenging, see what happens. Because remember, if it gets too challenging, you can pause. You can take a break, you can do a little mini recovery, and then keep going. 4, 3, 2, 1, beautiful. Take that 15-second break, get ready for tricep press. Same intentions here. Stay the course, stay consistent, feel that burn, aim for it to feel challenging. It's okay if it is. 3, 2, 1, let's see what you got. Strong push here. And I'll give you that reminder just like we did with those first sets of rows and push-ups. You'll see me mostly stay the same. I know I varied my tricep press a little bit today. You do what works for you. If you like variety, change it up every time. Stand, kneel, bend over, do a kickback. Play around with what works best for you. If you like consistency, pick one and stick with it. You're going to get better at it just from practice. You've got about 12 seconds to go. Keep it up. Breathing, smiling. Smile because, not because you have to be happy, smile because you're doing something that lines up with who you are. You are strong and you are working on getting stronger. 3, 2, 1, take a break, get ready for your last set. Fatigue should be a factor now. You should be feeling this. 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's rock that last bicep curl, that last 45 seconds. Your goal here is to finish well. Take it all the way home. Every rep is a winner. If it's not, that's okay. See what you can do to change it so that it becomes better. Remember, we don't have to be perfect. I don't think there's any such thing as a perfect rep here. There's reps that work for you. There's reps that are helpful. Reps that get you to fatigue. Reps that get you to better. And those are the ones we're aiming for. 15 seconds to go. Be smart. Be smooth. Finish well. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take a break. 15 seconds here. Get ready for your last little bit. Tricep press, any style. Do what works for you. 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's do this. Quick check-in. Feet, knees, hips. Are they doing what you want them to do? Do they feel good or are they painful? Let's talk about that tension. Is your core tight? What about your legs? What about your glutes, your arms? Can you get those tight too? Are you solid? If one of your friends came over and tried to push you around, would you be resistant? Would you be able to stand your ground? That's the kind of resistance. That's the kind of tension that we're looking for. Does this feel like exercise? Those are your big 3 questions. Would you rate this as challenging or would you rate it as easy? Whatever it is it the right move for you today? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and you're done. Hey, you rocked it. Nice job. 2 10-minute bouts of upper body strength movements today. Oh, I bet you're tired. Well done. My guess is you signaled your body for a beautiful adaptation. Give yourself some good rest, some sleep tonight. You eat well, guaranteed you're going to get stronger. You are going to be ready for the next workout, for the next thing to help make you strong. Now, to wrap up, you'll see Maggie and I are going to do a little active recovery. Again, we did our down dog reps. You're certainly free to do that. Here we're doing our rotations. This is a beautiful one. A lot of people struggle with being able to spin, being able to rotate. Take this one up as comfortably as you can, or if you've got your other kind of stretches or corrective exercises you've been given, go ahead and do those. This is a great place for that. If this was your first ever workout with us, oh my gosh, you chose a doozy of a one to jump into. We are so glad that you made it. Quick reminder that they're not all like this. We tend to build and flow throughout a month. This was one of our final versions of the workout. So again, this is about as hard as it gets. Great job if you made it through it. If this was your only or your first time working out with us, realize that we usually recommend that you work out for about, 20 to 30 minutes in a day. This totally ticks that box. You wouldn't have to do anything else. If you'd like to get out for a nice walk, you can do that too. If this is not your first workout, maybe you've been following along with us for a while and you can kind of go and check some other workouts on our playlist, that'd be great. We'd love to have you do that. Or if you're somebody who's following along one of our workouts, we've given you, kind of your workout sheet. You might have something else. If that's the case, you're now ready for it. Otherwise, this might be your only one.
Well, hey everyone, Maggie here. We would love for you to subscribe to this channel. We have a lot more workout videos with different focuses and different lengths of time that we would love for you to check out. And if you subscribe, you'll kind of always be in the loop on what we're coming up with. Thanks again for joining us, gang. Make it a great day.